us on all platforms at WBOK 1230 for the latest updates and exclusive content. Your city, your culture, your news. Don't just hear about it, be about it. Follow us at WBOK 1230 now.
The Historic New Orleans Collection presents a new exhibition open through June 7th, 2026. The Trail They Blazed. Built collaboratively with people who participated in the local civil rights movement, The Trail They Blazed presents stories of social and racial justice straight from the people who lived them. Listen to leaders tell their stories of resistance and persistence in their own voices, recorded by the Historic New Orleans Collection. Plan your visit to 520 Royal Street in the French Quarter and reserve your free tickets at hnoc.org today.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. Here's how it works. 1. Call to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-981-8177. That's 800-981-8177. Call 800-981-8177 right now before the offer ends.
If someone asks,
Yeah!
let them know you listen to WBOK.
Here we go.
The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Whoa, now. Good Lord. What's going on, good people? Hoping everybody's having a good day. Gerard Stevens with you. Oh man, I'm like, of all times of the day. Be like, I'm starting to now see that me getting here to do this show is really causing a problem.
Is what?
Causing a problem.
I mean, it's not your fault that you had a flat.
So I just left the sheriff's office. And the reason why I just left the sheriff's office is because I had a flat tire. So I had to move my car because I parked in the front. So I had to move my car out of the front because I didn't want it, to be sitting there and everybody be talking about some Gerard and parked illegally and all this, and then they have it towed. So I moved it. And I was going to call my AAA people to come on over, but it'd take them probably anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour just to get there. So I just called one of the people that worked there, and I said, can you take me to work? It's like, yeah. So she's the executive secretary. And she's like, okay, I'm on my way out the door. That was at 4 o'clock. What time is it now?
4:45.
I'm just getting here because there had to be another meeting that nobody knew about, and the sheriff was putting it together. So we had to wait. I had to wait till the meeting was over with just to get here. So that's why I'm late. Couldn't get here. And I was like, you know what? I just bought some new tires for that car. Ain't that usually how it happens? You have all these old things on your car, your old windshield. Don't know rocks hit your windshield until you get a new windshield.
Yep.
You get new tires and you don't get a puncture or nothing in your tires until you put on new tires.
It's called getting christened.
It's what?
Getting christened.
It's what?
You're getting christened. Like you christened a baby, your tire just got christened.
That ain't no christening. Yeah, you need to find a new word, a new line. That ain't christening. That's a whole lot of money.
That's Murphy's Law.
Okay, I'll take that then. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So I'm like, man, I just bought them tires. So I ran over something.
So how many adjectives did you use?
Oh, you don't want to know none of them.
Because I know you can put some adjectives together really well.
And when I tell you I just bought those tires, I just bought them right after Christmas.
Wow.
Just bought them. Ain't got no miles on them.
Dang.
So that's me. If it don't happen to nobody else, I know it happened to me. And I had a good conversation that I need to have today, so I'm going to get started in it real quick, fast, and in a hurry. First conversation that I was going to have is, NOPD. NOPD. Y'all trying to tell me that your mayor-elect said to the NOPD, we don't know what you're talking about with this money. We don't have no conversations at all about we were supposed to pay y'all a whole bunch of money. What you mean we were supposed to pay y'all a whole bunch of money? Who told you that? And they were like, you acting like you really don't know? They were like, who told you that? You really sure you don't know? We didn't agree to that. Yeah, you did. If you can't find our money, guess what? We not going to have no Mardi Gras because we not going to be out there. We supposed to get our $10,000. We are supposed to get our $10,000. And I'm like, are they going to get their $10,000? And they were like, we don't know nothing about it. We can't do it. We don't have the money. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. You're not going to do it? No Mardi Gras.
You think that's going to happen?
Oh, it's already changed.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, we're going to find your money. We $8,000 in the hole now. Not $8,000, $8 million. I'm sorry.
I was about to say 8,000. Dang,
Yeah,
you can't pay 8,000?
We $8 million. So they're like, okay, we'll find your money. We'll find it. We're going to do it. So I guess that solved the problem that everybody was talking about. They're like, yeah, that's all the problem. We're going to have Mardi Gras. We're going to get our money. But there were some things. There's things that have happened since that time to make me go, Self? And Self said,
what?
What you want now, Cletus? And I'm thinking to myself, there's something that's not right with what was said. And what was said was that we did know about the money. What? So let me bring this up just in case, because my folks also did the research and found the city ordinance, the city papers, the city information as it was written up to be official. And that was written up January the 19th, 2023. Not 2024, not 2025, but 2023. It was by council members Geruso, Moreno, Morrell, Green, Thomas, and I think King. Whereas a meeting of November the 3rd, 2022, the Civil Service Commission adopted the following amendment to the classified pay plan for police recruitment and retention pay. In accordance with the Article X, Section 10 of the Constitution of the Louisiana State Law, this agency is submitting for council approval the following amendment to the classified pay plan as adopted by the Civil Service Commission at its meeting of November the 3rd, 2022, and amended on November the 17th, 2022. At the request of the administration, the Commission approved the following amended retention and recruitment special rate of pay as an additional strategy to address severe staffing shortages of police officers That special rate of pay is for police retention and recruitment, and the amendments are underlined, which gives them years of service in retention pay. For every 5 years is $5,000. 5 years, $5,000. 10 years, $5,000. 15 years, $5,000. And 20 years, $5,000. Employees are eligible to receive each level of retention pay, that is, not play. Retention pay is paid in a lump sum to be paid out at the end of the first complete pay period after the employee reaches the specified number of years of service, provided that no payment is made until 1 calendar year from the effective date of this amendment. Number 3, the years of service do not need to be continuous, but all credited time must be in an eligible classification employed by the New Orleans Police Department. 1 year after the passage of this amendment to the pay plan, all eligible officers, that is, shall receive retention pay equivalent to the cumulative amount due from their years of service. For example, a police officer at the time of the passage of this amendment has 6 years of service with NOPD. 12 months after the passage of the amendment, that officer will receive $5,000. That officer will be eligible for another $5,000 payment as soon as they reach 10 years. A senior police officer at the time of the passage of this amendment has the 9.5 years of service with NOPD. 12 months after the passage of this, that officer will have 10.5 years of service and will receive $10,000. What? So if this is something that was provided in public forum, because there's more to it than what I just read. I just don't have time. And anybody can pull it up because it's an amendment that everybody was eligible to read, number one, and then those folks with the service time up to 10 years get $10,000. How come y'all didn't know? Because it was addressed to the city council. Guess who was on the city council? The same people that saying, I ain't know nothing about this. You cannot sit around, and again, I am not taking up for the mayor, but somebody need to say something because y'all lying that y'all didn't know nothing about this. This was addressed to you all. Y'all didn't know? We didn't know nothing about it. How come y'all didn't know nothing about it? It was addressed to you all. So somebody lying. Brother Mims. Did we miss him? All right, he can call me back. Call me back. Mr. Elmore.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
What's going on with you? Where you been? Happy New Year.
Oh, man, pleasure, man. I was thinking about you last week. I said, let me call the brother, wish him a Happy New Year, man. But my schedule, and, I've been working a different schedule lately, so that's why I haven't been able to call you.
That means you're making a lot of money. That means you're making a lot of money. That's what that means. Give me some money.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what that means. I mean, you're making a lot of money. Give me some money.
Well, look, I just called specifically, man, because I'm not in tune on what you're talking about right now, but I want to wish you a blessed New Year, brother.
Oh, same to you, my friend.
And that's why you and the listening family and everybody else they call, wish you a blessed New Year, okay?
Same to you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Look, I'm going to call you when I listen to you what you're talking about.
Okay, good enough.
All right, brother.
Thanks.
Right.
Yeah. So, in this whole scenario of issues and who's getting money, who's not getting money, I think it has been resolved that we will be finding the money. The part that I'm having is the promises that were made. If nobody's checking up on those promises, will they be broken? I think that's good enough. Do you? If somebody's not paying attention to the promises that are made, then anybody can deny or agree. Y'all know we said we weren't going to do that. No, this is in writing. And all you got to do is pull it up. I am really having an issue with the way that the media is handling a lot of stuff. I'm really having a problem with the way that the media is handling some of these issues. I'm having a problem with that issue. I am also having a problem with you all letting the murder rate stand the way that it is, and ain't nobody damn having a fit. Where is Goyeneche? Where is Mr. Goyeneche? Mr. Goyeneche, you know that those numbers are fudged. You are telling me that there is not 12 to 13 more people that were not added to this murder rate in New Orleans because y'all said, oh, well, you know, that's because they belong in a special. Who made that up? They belong in a what? A special what? They were murdered. Is it me? That's not a special category. Murder's murder. Secondly, I'm having a problem with the FBI. FBI, you cannot let them get away with that. That is your numbers. And if you are letting somebody get away with putting them in a special category, and it has never been done that way before, you all are making stuff. I almost said it. Y'all making stuff up to make sure that these numbers don't look so high. Come on. Who's investigating it? Where are all the TV investigators? Where y'all at? Because this ain't right. And we sitting back allowing it to happen. More coming up, y'all, for the 5 o'clock hour.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Rapper YNW Melly was back in court Monday for his witness tampering case. He's also facing a double murder retrial next year after a 2023 mistrial. The defense says there's a big hole to fill.
We have a 3-month period alleged without any specific facts as to what the criminal gang-related activity that the state intends to prove would be.
Prosecutors say Melly killed 2 childhood friends in 2018 and staged it as a drive-by. The city of Decatur, Georgia has a new mayor. The city commission decided to select Black Commissioner Tony Powers for the position in place of Patty Gerod. And Central Florida lawmakers are backing the Crown Act to fight hair discrimination. At a meeting in Orange County, leaders including Congressman Maxwell Frost and State Senator LaVon Bracey Davis supported banning bias against natural styles like afros, braids, and twists. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Brother Mims, you there this time?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing physically okay, but man, spiritually, I'm upset because let me say this to you, Gerard. Compatriot, the superintendent. Let me tell you something. I don't see no police. I stay in the 6th district. I'm a retired sheriff, and I was on the late Kathleen Blanco appointed me to the pro board. And let me say this to you. You may say she's safe in the French Quarter, but we don't see no police around here until something happens. And that's not acceptable. You know, when I'm just looking at TV, she talking about this and that. Man, we don't see nobody around here in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a homeowner, and I've been here a long time. And my brothers were police and things. We don't see none. I got to tell it. If I would have a discussion with her, show me the crime, the stats. Because let me tell you something. Man, I'm looking at young people carrying guns. They carrying guns like you chew gum. So I just want to make it, and I'm not scared that people say, well, man, you'll get in trouble. I get in trouble. The trouble is happening because, man, the shootings and things happening, people are getting shot, man, and a murder is a murder. I don't care where you at.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to live in a certain neighborhood to be safe, Gerard. And it's sad. And Gerard, I've been shot, stabbed in the line of duty, serving restraining orders, divorces, and things. And I know how these things happen. And I'm tired of them whitewashing it. But Patrick, I challenge you to have a meeting on TV because you rent. It's a fake. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm 72 years old, man, and I done buried hundreds of children over the years. And let me tell you something. This year ain't no better than others. They just trying to whitewash. They're trying to make her look good. It ain't good.
I don't think it is, but I think that.
I'm not mad with her. But we got people out here that's trying their best, and they need to work with her. She need to work with them, and it ain't happening. It ain't happening. You know. So I thank you for letting me. If I sound mad, man, I'm mad. I'm angry, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm peed off to the peers. So if anybody draw, my number is 504-914-1622. They call me and we'll talk about it. I'm not looking for no publicity. I'm not looking for no recognition. All I want to do is let's get this thing right so we can do the thing right.
Right.
I love you, man. Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, my friend.
All right.
All right. I have to look at this by what I see. And this is the stats that you all have given me. And the stats that you all have given me are telling me otherwise. But when we do and calculate all these different folks that you're telling me are not included, I said to myself, that was at 3:00 in the morning in 2025. That's who was killed. All right. So that's wrong. And what's bothering me is that those same folks that be running to the microphone when you think you have something to prove, or you want to talk down on a person, or you want to talk down on an administration. If it was the mayor, y'all be all in the camera, be waiting for Cassie Sherm and all the rest of them to come over there to let you just bear down on them. But where are those folks that are looking at these numbers and saying that's not correct? How do you take 13 people that got murdered on New Year's Day on last year, on New Year's Day in the morning, and not count them on your murder rate? Because, we want to put them in a special category. What kind of mess is that? Don't put me in no special category. You got killed. Oh, because our crime numbers are going to tell me the crime numbers look bad. Then we're talking about 3% difference from last year to this year. 3%. And I was like, how many folks is that? That's not a big, and look, any life saved is a good thing. It is. It's a good thing. But if you're sitting here telling me that 3% is something that we need to be going to get a second line and get a second line ban, and let's go on down the street because we got worldwide history numbers. That's not true. Tell me you're doing work that we got 50% of it cut. Now, here go the deal. The real numbers tell me you did not succeed this year. That's what the real numbers tell me. The real numbers tell me we had, 135 folks dead? $134, 135 number is the number. It's the real number. Second of all, your police force. Everybody's touting the fact that we got a police force that's so great. Well, we're great. We're great. We're great. We're great. Man, we're great. We're doing good. We're getting out of consent decree. But you made a promise to those men and women that if they do certain things, they get a bonus. Those folks want their bonus. I'm just sitting back and saying to myself, if I'm a police officer and I have a union that represents me, they do exactly what they did. They were like, oh, okay, cool. Y'all don't want to pay him? Well, we're not going to fret over that. Oh, yeah, by the way, no Mardi Gras this year because we're not going to be out there. Oh, everybody changed their mind real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Real quick. Oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to find the money. We got $8 million that we got to find. So here's why I'm making a big deal about that. Because I'm reading up on this and I'm going back through all the news articles. The news articles state to me that they already secured, when I say they, I'm talking about the administration, secured $20 million for this event of paying these police officers. They already secured $20 million. And it was targeted for this exact reason only. Where'd the money go? Where, if this goes toward these police officers' income, and it didn't start until this year, where'd the money go? And it's targeted for this, nothing else. This is a set aside that says this money goes toward these police officers' income. Where'd the money go? How you spend it? How did y'all spend it? Ain't nobody asking no questions. Y'all told me that I had a new guy that's going back to find where the money went. Y'all brought him in from the state legislative auditor's office, Mr. Waggis-Pack. He's supposed to be looking around, finding where the money went. Ain't nobody asked him to do jack doo-doo. Why? What we paying him for? Y'all ask, well, it's two things I'm seeing that y'all ain't asked. Y'all ain't asked where the money went. Y'all didn't ask nobody who spent it. And then the other thing, y'all ain't said nothing about the $800,000 y'all spent. I'm talking about the city council to investigate who and what the mayor was doing when she was staying at that hotel or at that apartment complex. Y'all ain't said nothing about that $800,000 that y'all spent and paid those two law firms. That's public record, by the way, so don't think I'm blowing the whistle. They just ain't saying nothing. And nobody asked no questions. And hell, the TV stations, Lee Zurich and everybody else, y'all did that for free. Y'all did your job, but y'all ain't asked, what? Y'all ain't asked for another cut? Y'all ain't asked for nothing? Y'all just put it on TV? Well, the law firms got $800,000. What happened to y'all? Michael.
Hello?
Michael.
Hi there.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good and yourself?
I hear you talking, and are you mad, Gerard? Are you mad?
Why?
Are you mad because they're set aside for these bonuses for the police? They don't know where the money went.
What does that got to do with anything? So why?
But who are you mad at?
Who said I was?
Prior administration or income administration?
Who said I was mad?
I can hear it in your tone.
Okay, so what's your point? Come on.
So my point is that as an outsider coming into New Orleans, I find Ivy Waste is doing a great job of cleaning the quarters every day. Every day. I find myself safe in the quarters, and if I decide to go uptown, I feel safe as a prior resident of the city coming back in after Katrina. I feel safe. I feel safe that I can bring people into New Orleans. And and I can go and have dinner and walk versus taking a Uber a couple of blocks. I feel safe in New Orleans. But what I'm hearing is this pointing fingers at different folks. I mean, I don't know if you want 4 more years of Cantrell, who says she needs to be in there because she didn't have her glory during during COVID. I know where that's going. But I'm just trying to follow where you are trying. And I hear people mad at the incoming mayor. But I don't get it. When is happy? When is success a success? When is winning? I mean, y'all got ICE out of there. Kudos to you guys. And that wasn't even an Orleans thing. That was a Jefferson thing.
It would mean what?
So when is happy?
Turn him up a little bit. But go ahead.
No. I mean, I'm done. I'm waiting for a response. But when is happy?
Happy about what?
Yeah.
What am I going to be happy about? You're an outsider.
So
you don't live here. You don't have to deal with it. You're talking about one part. You asked me a question. Let me answer it. Let me answer it. You asked me.
I was there on New Year's Day.
And doing what?
What are they going to call it?
Doing what?
First quarter. I was there.
Doing what?
Okay.
Visiting?
Doing what?
Doing what? You were visiting?
Visiting and enjoying the New Year.
Okay. So that makes you somebody that's a visitor that don't live here. Right?
I live there because I'm enough times there.
No. Where do you live now?
It doesn't matter.
Well, you asking me, am I mad?
What you mad? What are you mad about?
I'm not mad. I'm breaking down information. The information is
down,
wrong.
But you want to say it's
You're on the outside looking
is.
in, and you don't even know what you're talking about. You're talking about what you visit. I'm talking about people that live here. It's their money. It's not yours. You're paying taxes while you're here.
Wherever they live in New Orleans. You know, I can't speak too much to the East because they.
So you want me to be on here being happy when we see where this money is going? We got $168 million, maybe $200 million deficit. You want me to talk about that? You want me to do a comparison between what we see and what has happened? I think that's stupid.
Well, Gerard, I mean, point your conversations to a community that does not vote, that does not participate, and is crime-ridden and raising crime.
Really? And you're from here, right?
Attention should be.
And so, again, I'm asked the question, do you live here?
Yes.
Then you're a part of what you just said.
I live there enough.
Then if you live, no, you can't have it both ways. You either live here or you don't. So if you're criticizing what we're talking about, then you live here, and then you're a part of it.
I live there because I don't live there in the summer.
It don't matter. You either live here or you don't. So if you're criticizing it and you're talking about a community that don't vote and don't do this and don't do that, then you're a part of the problem.
I pay a hotel tax. I pay a city tax. I pay a restaurant tax. I pay a tax for sitting on the toilet.
For how many days? Then you don't live here.
For enough days that you can say that I'm there for many weekends in the fall.
No, I can say that you were here long enough to sit on the toilet, like you said. Get you a daggone hotel room because you don't live here because you don't have a house. So if you're living in a hotel, you're not living there, you're visiting.
You can't love the city that you live in.
You cannot?
I cannot hear it. No, I cannot hear it.
Well, that's your opinion.
Okay, well, thank you. I hope I inspired other people to call.
Yeah, they're going to talk about you, so get ready for it, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Fine. I can take it. I got thick skin.
Evidently not. But it's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, Michael. Ooh, am I mad? You better be mad. You better be mad that your money ain't being spent right. I don't care who in charge. I'm talking about what's being said. And what ain't being said is the problem. So if I sit back and I listen and take everything that's being said and say, oh, okay, cool, then I don't think that makes me a good host either. So, but evidently, Michael, I want you to hear something, and I hope this makes you inspired enough to maybe even say something else. I must be doing something because your dumb ass is sitting there listening. Oops. Bruh. You sitting there listening. So if you won't sit there and you don't like what I say and you sit there and listening, then you're a glutton for punishment. As far as taxes are concerned, we don't see none of that. None of that. Don.
Gerard,
yes,
and I had to call in. This guy, Michael, had called. Sounds like, he's an intelligent guy that may be, someone from the middle class society of the city when he lived here. Saying that because, he talked about, hotels and restaurants and stuff
that's a visitor.
He frequents.
He's a visitor.
Yeah, and
he's not a resident here. He's
right,
a visitor.
And because of what he appears to hear from
that's a picture that is painted
station.
by that is a picture that is painted for somebody.
He's looking at things from someone that doesn't live here all the time, and he's thinking that, well, everybody knows how bad our previous mayor has been, and he doesn't see the criticism of someone that's been a city council person for 8 years and went through a lot of the same problems that they're talking about the mayor has caused. And city council has caused, to me, as many problems as the mayor has over those years. And, we have to look at our situation here in our city as we live here, that things are going up, as you would say, all the time, as high as a giraffe's butt. And everything is going sky high, but us that live here on fixed incomes, can't afford all of the different things that are going to be happening, especially this year, with them talking about needing more money. And the only way that you get more money in most cases is through taxes. And I got a feeling that we're going to be not surprised, but we're going to be thrown at, or a lot of things are going to be thrown at us about having to come up with funds that we don't have. And the city council, along with a lot of things that have gone on with City Hall, is the cause of it.
Yeah, my problem with this whole scenario ain't necessarily me blaming everything on the new administration coming in or the old administration coming out. I need the truth and stop pointing the finger about who did this and who did that. No, these were the things that were said and these are the things that were promised. Stop acting like you don't know when it was your name on the address to what was going on to these police officers. Now, I have criticism for some police officers as well, but my whole point is those men and women, while I'm at home sleep, they in the middle of the streets trying to make sure that we safe. And I'm looking at this and saying, y'all promised these men and women their money.
Right.
Don't act like you don't know.
Yeah, the city council knew that when it happened.
Right. They got this. It was addressed to them.
Something they had to pay.
We got the
reports. And they make it sound as though it's something new that all of a sudden been thrown at the new incoming mayor.
Yep.
Like they didn't know all this stuff had happened before.
Yep.
And it just surprises me that, when people hear this radio station, the first thing they think about is that everybody's mad about being here in the city.
And that's the part that makes me go.
Mad about what's going on in City Hall.
But that's the part that makes me go, if I disagree with you and if I raise my tone, then, oh, yeah, you got the mad black man syndrome. And I'm so sick of that from sometimes even some of us. That I can't disagree with you. I have to agree with all the other folks for me to not have an opinion. And, oh, by the way, you sound mad. Oh, by the way, kiss my ass. I'm just sorry.
Mr. Gerard, we're going to have so many things going on in this new year.
Yep.
And, man, you're at a point where you are that you're going to be.
I'm just tired of the foolishness. And we keep acting like everything's supposed to be hunky-dory now. Ain't nothing changed. We still in the quagmire.
And guess what? When this Mardi Gras thing is over with, everybody's going to turn around and look around and say, well, who's paying the bills with all these things? Ivy Waste?
Oh, well, there you go. All right, Don.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, boss.
All right, buddy.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Jabari, Mr. Buddy, hold on. We coming back. I got to take a break.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityWealthManagement.com. All-time tennis great Serena Williams is channeling her competitive spirit into investing. But this is nothing new for Williams. Williams tells Bloomberg that being a part of business and finance was something she's carried with her through her playing days on the tennis court.
You know, it wasn't for me just about going out there and hitting tennis balls and winning. Obviously, that was the biggest part of it, but it was also really about being a business, being an entrepreneur. And at the time, when I was doing all this, there was lots of things and lots of people saying that you have to focus only on tennis, that you can't do other things, you can't have this other stuff, you can't be an entrepreneur, you can't think about other businesses, you really just have to do tennis. And I pushed that envelope and I said, you know what, that's not me.
Serena Williams speaking to Bloomberg at the American Business Forum in Miami recently. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Hey, listen, are you a 50-year-old person looking for term life insurance? Then you need to talk to Bob. Bob specializes in helping people find $1 million or more of term life insurance for a couple of $100 a month. Look, you need to know there's a price war in the term life insurance business, and you may be paying too much. Call Bob, and he'll shop and see how much money he can save you. Look, this could be the last term life insurance policy you ever have. Your rates are guaranteed for the next 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rates for the next 20 years. And if you're a smoker or your health is not perfect, Bob has great rates for you too. So for $1 million of term life insurance coverage for a couple of $100 a month, call Bob right now. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. 800-890-5075. That's 800-890-5075. Paid for by Term Direct.
Hey, this is D. Riley from the 90s Hits R&B Jams. Make sure you listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday night from 7 until 9 p.m. I'll be giving you the best R&B jams from the 90s. That's right, all your favorites and more. With me, D. Riley, your host of the 90s Hits, right here on WBOK 1230 AM, or listen online at WBOK1230.com. WBOK, the station you listen to longer.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fit-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
LifeCare provides valuable whole life insurance to cover final expenses such as medical bills, burial costs, and unpaid debt. A final expense insurance policy is fast, easy, affordable life insurance that's available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exams, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. The application process is quick and easy. You can even apply without having to undergo a medical examination. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral cost skyrocketing to $11,000 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple, affordable peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses that, if left unattended, will burden your family tremendously. Benefits include a guaranteed premium that will never increase, a guaranteed cash value, and a guaranteed death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense insurance with a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, call LifeCare at 800-571-9955. That's 800-571-9955. 800-571-9955.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Our number 504-582-9228. 9422. Jabari, you've been holding for a minute. How you doing, buddy? Jabari?
Hey, Gerod, I'm here.
Good. There he is. How you been, man? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. How are you?
Oh, trying to get this information out, boy, and then of course we get hit with the mad black man syndrome.
Yeah, that was disappointing. I think if you don't live here at least 8 to 9 months out the year, why are you, putting your 2 cents?
You're
Where
a
do you
visitor.
live?
I don't even care if you're from here. You're not here. You don't know.
Exactly.
And what you see is a facade of advertising, marketing that has been put forth by all of the folks across the state of Louisiana under the tutelage of Billy Nungesser. That's his job. So you don't know. But ask those folks in all the different areas of the city, are they happy with what they hear? Not the French Quarter. But go ahead, because I'll continue to talk, Jabari. How you been?
I've been good. No, I called in because I know kind of the news of the day with the police department and the bonuses. And I really just wanted to emphasize to the audience that what you're seeing is a clear indication of breakdowns in communications between the outgoing administration and the outgoing city council, as well as breakdowns in communication or a lack there of wanting to communicate between the outgoing administration and the incoming administration. Because at this point, the incoming administration is saying, oh, we're just finding out about all this. And it's like, well, wait, hold up. The Mayor Cantrell's administration gave you a budget on October 1st. Over a period of time from that point until its passage on December 1st, there were multiple attempts by the outgoing administration to say, hey, are there any changes? Are there any updates? Like, let's figure this out. And the incoming administration was kind of mull on it until, like we seen at the revenue estimating conference, oh, we got a plan. We found $75 million, so we're increasing the budget, and this is how we're moving. And it's like, well, where did that money come from? What's going on?
So with that being said, I'm glad you said it, but with that being said, I thought these were the reasons why we said we need the legislative auditor to come in and do a complete audit. I haven't seen or heard about this complete audit yet. Have you?
No, and I think a good point that needs to be made is, and one of the outgoing council members made it, it was like, what are the terms of the agreement that Jeruso, Moreno, and Morrell made in Baton Rouge?
Right.
They're saying they had to go to Baton Rouge and do X, Y, and Z. What are the terms? What are the rules of engagement with the legislative auditor? What definitively what's in his purview?
Is there any any paperwork that we could look at that say here are the terms for this bond. Here's the interest rate. Here's what we're going to be. I'm like, where's the writing up on all this information?
I haven't seen it. I haven't found it.
Because I don't know. I would like somebody to tell me, because I'm sitting around saying, this ain't the money that we need. We need more than $128 million. And if we keep going and we can't figure out where this money went. Now, this $20 million for the police officers, that's supposed to be not money they can't touch, right? This is designated for this point. Even if you put it in the general fund, you can't touch it unless it's going to these police officers for their $10,000. How do you tell me in this whole scenario of issues that you can't find the money because the money not there no more? What happened to it? Mr. Legislative Auditor, I need you to tell me what happened to this $20 million. If we had it.
Exactly. And so the original plan, the retention and bonus plan, was to be paid for through ARPA, which is one-time money. It made sense. It's like, okay, we're going to do a one-time payment. Let's use these one-time federal funds
use the
that are
ARPA money.
eligible for it.
Right.
Right. So they're alleging that there's only 3 million left, but then at the end of last year, you're putting this trinket in front of us saying we found $75 million,
right,
of which 14 million is unspent ARPA. So was this really a crisis, or because they, from social media reports and other people out there and the mayor-elect saying, oh, we'll be able to pay them, and then them approving from the 125, but it's like, hold up, well, did you need to do that? It's not clear. They're not being transparent on, number one, what was left over from ARPA, and then what the money that they put from ARPA towards the budget that they overrode. Where's that money going? See, they're not being clear in anything. Everything is last minute, getting put out to the public, or not completely put out at all. Because mind you, when the incoming administration, the council members of the incoming administration, meaning Moreno and Geruso, moved forward with after the RAC debacle, they moved forward with that 75 million infusion. But unless you were there day of, it took them multiple days after the fact to even put that out publicly, that they were increasing and where the increases were. Like people were asking me about, well, Jabari, where is this? I'm like, I don't know, because it's not public readily available. So everything's been the people who are coming in and saying we're going to be so transparent, quite candidly, aren't being very transparent.
Right. Well, I'm confused. I mean, they can be transparent all they want to, but I'm really confused because what's being designated to tell the people is we don't have money, and we got to cut folks' budget. We got to cut them, but we got to furlough them. We got to cut people off. I'm like, but we just gave your main staff $500,000 to $1 million in income salary, and you're telling me that we're cutting people that made $30,000 and $40,000.
Right. So you go back to the deputy mayor system, and you're boosting salaries for your deputy mayors, but at the same time you're cutting departments like youth and families, Office of Resiliency and Sustainability, neighborhood engagement. Like, these are critical offices for programs,
right?
That
exactly.
that are tangible for people.
And then don't forget the day that we're sitting around looking at the city council meeting, and which was, I think it was a farce, because we just had all the leaders of all these different resources that we use coming up saying, and I want to say they were begging, but they were like, hey, please don't cut my resources or my funding, because this is what we do. And I'm like, do they realize that this is where this money is supposed to be going? And you're talking about cutting it.
I think the biggest disservice this budget cycle to the people of New Orleans is Mayor Cantrell put forth a budget that would have increased taxes, and it would have been a 20% cut across the board. But she publicly put that out there. The Moreno team did not definitively put out their plan until the 11th hour. I think the public should have had the ability to compare the plans and choose, or have their voice heard in the choice. Mm-hmm. And that did not happen. It was, we're not raising taxes, which is justifiable. We're not doing a 30% cut across the board. But right now, when we look at it, they're saying they were more measured in their cuts. Well, what's the whole plan? What's the whole measured cut? I don't clearly see the picture versus what I could have seen with the outgoing administration.
Well, I again have to go back to what they said was going to make this, as we call it, transparent. And that was bring in the legislative auditor and let them do a complete audit on this budget, on this, what we have in general fund. And I have yet to hear. I heard talk of it for 2 days. I heard a couple of people going into the city council chambers, having meetings about their budgets and all the different cuts and stuff they wanted to do. But I have not heard any more about, hey, how did we straighten out this budget and where did we find money from? I heard that maybe one day, and then I thought we would get to the point of how much money we need to be spending to kind of add or even out where we're going to be for next year. I haven't heard that yet.
Right. I've heard piecemeal. So I've heard that they pretty much, from what I've seen, got an IOU and a wink in the eye from Sewage and Water Board for their portion of the $75 million.
Right.
They worked with our federal lobbyists, who I know very well because they used to report to me. They basically, Jeruso called one of our federal lobbyists and said, "Hey, can we use this money for X, Y, and Z?" And he's probably told him, "I'll get back to you," and then got back to him and said, "Well, yeah, but mind you, these lobbyists work for the city, so of course, as long as it's legal, he's going to say yes, not whether or not it's a good idea or not." So then, okay, now you have the unspent ARPA money, but the rest of it, it's very hodgepodge. We don't definitively know. Okay,
but you know what was interesting though? But you know what was interesting,
Yeah.
which has not been brought up at all. We sued and won in court. I think we got a payout of over $200 million from Entergy, right? We lent them back the money, and they used the money to say that they were shoring up the grid. We have still had power outages. I mean, it's been no real storm. It's been a couple of storms where it rained and wind came, and we still go out of power. But I'm like, we don't even know the terminology, the terms of the loan that we lended back to Entergy, the $200 million.
And mind you, they did we're going to do forced outages over the summer, so to quote unquote protect the grid.
Right. And we have this monstrosity of a new power plant in New Orleans East that's been there for what, 4 years now, 3 or 4 years. I thought that was to save, so we wouldn't have to do these power outages, so that we could use that fired up so that it would take on some of the load. It's just sitting there looking pretty.
And just for people's edification, regulating Entergy is in the purview of the New Orleans City Council.
They can make the choices and the decisions right now, and they don't.
But Gerard, one thing, and I emphasized this to some of my folks earlier, is with all this, we've talked about it previously. Where in the world is the OIG? He has been on mute.
Bingo. He's been on mute.
This dude makes $255,000 a year. He just got an increase.
A nonprofit that is not a legal law enforcement agency, and he gets the microphone every time.
Since the legislative auditor has come in, I have not heard a word from the OIG.
Nothing.
And he was the one who consistently, he would throw spaghetti at the wall and hoped that it sticked on all his investigations.
Yep. So
the
crickets are alarming. They should be. But again, Jabari, I'm looking around and just saying to myself, we are making up stuff for certain folks and then not saying nothing for other folks. And I'm just saying to myself, whether you look at it from the inside out or the outside in, it's not right. It's not right. And look, ain't nobody going to sit up here and try to take up for somebody if they're wrong. I'm just saying, if you're going to say that and play that game with me, understand, looking at the information is something that all of us need to do a little bit harder before we open our mouths.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, my friend, I appreciate you much. We got to do some more of this.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, Jabari. I'm going to call you again.
Okay.
All right, brother. Talk to you in a minute. Galloway.
What's going on, Brother Gerard?
You the man.
No, you the man. I'm just sitting right next to the man. What's the man? Hey, y'all paying $250,000 to do nothing?
Well, is that all?
And now y'all want to laugh at me by coming open up a dog sled business in New Orleans. Which would you rather have? The dogs running around or this man sitting in his office?
Oh, I like the dog sled business. So
exactly, that's how loony some of these people are down there, man. Come on, man. Man, don't pay attention to nobody like Miguel or Michael, whatever his name is. You know, he hang out on the north end of Bourbon Street. He'll be all right. Man, but anyway, bro, you keep doing what you're doing, man. I mean that, bro. If you going to hold people accountable, keep your foot on their neck. Because if it was me or you, they'll put their foot on our neck and would never let up. Black radio, black media is not afraid to tell people the truth.
Nope.
Some people can't handle the truth. That's the problem. You get frustrated and you get mad and you want to call in and don't ask you why you mad. No, sis, why you mad? We good over here. We let the folks know what the media don't want to tell you. We gonna tell it the way we know how to tell it.
And I'm going to keep bringing it. But my whole question is, if you don't like what I say and you're asking me, am I mad? I'm like, what you listening for then? If you already know what I'm going to say, if you already know what I'm going to bring to the table, I haven't changed. I'm going to bring opposition. My job is to bring opposition to those things that are supposed to be opposed.
Exactly. Man, look, you trying to let folks know, hey, look, this is what's coming. So when it comes, you're not sitting there like, well, I didn't hear nobody say this. Nobody reported this. We letting you know, hey, look, man, the young brother that you had on your board before, that brother be laying it out. And everything that he's been saying is, been true. So, hey, I would pay attention to people like him.
Have you heard anybody ask the question, where is the loan money from Entergy?
Man, I've been asking that question.
No, I mean in the media.
I
mean in the media. Anybody with a microphone? Have you heard anybody say anything?
WWL, not present. WGSU, not present. WGNO, not present. Fox 8, not present. American Trail partying for Mardi Gras, present. That's what you hear. Exactly. But that Entergy money, I'm telling you, somebody either bought Epstein Island or they paying for a sex change for y'all new mayor. Galloway about him.
Oh, Lord. You went there, bro. Come on, Galloway. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Galloway said the wrong thing. You need to take the break. Yeah.
You need a break.
Yeah, we need a break. Mr. Buddy, hold on. We coming back. More coming up, y'all.
AURN News.
Today, the Trump administration is holding a closed all-senators briefing on Venezuela, days after the U.S. operation that ended with Nicolas Maduro in U.S. custody and in a Brooklyn detention center. Senators are expected to hear from Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, the Attorney General, CIA Director, and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs. House members are slated for a separate closed-door briefing later. Now, the focus on Capitol Hill will be about who is in charge of Venezuela, what the U.S. role becomes, what limits Congress may try to set. Lawmakers say they were not fully informed until the operation was already underway. They're pressing for answers on costs and oversight and whether the mission expands. President Trump has also made statements in a Truth Social post that interim authorities in Venezuela will be turning over between 30 and 50 million barrels of high-quality sanctioned oil. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks
and Kimber White Dupree
from the front porch.
Some combos are too good to miss. Now you can pull up a chair to the front porch anytime.
Just search WBOK Media and subscribe to the Front Porch Podcast.
Download, share, and hit us with a 5-star rating because New Orleans culture deserves to be heard loud and clear.
Uptown, downtown, wherever you are, keep it locked in to WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, hey, folks. Don't fade my music out so soon. Why you fading that? You cut it off altogether.
I'm going to show you fade. There you go. That's for me.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm just playing with you, man. Go do what you got to do. But anyway, it's stuff like this that make me go, I'm about to call up Suzette. I'm about to call up Suzette and ask Suzette, let's do a podcast. Me and Suzette. Because I need to be somewhere where I can start cussing. I'm about to be somewhere where we can go and I'm about to do a podcast with Suzette all together. What y'all think about that one? Nah. Mr. Buddy.
Hey, Gerard, how you doing?
Good. What's going on with you?
Pretty good.
I'm calling about the police bonus thing, but I want to say first, the guy that, angry black man, all that kind of stuff. Only thing I will say is I think you let the frustration with your flat tire and being late for your program kind of bleed into your opening a little bit.
Oh, that had something to do with it. It did.
It did. Okay, as long as you're fessing up. Glad you caught where the police bonus was authorized from.
Yep.
City council.
Were you surprised to hear that it was acting? They were acting like this thing was not at all?
Right?
Huh?
They passed an ordinance in the
yes
civil service.
Right. That was an amendment. That was an amendment to the rule that was done. So I'm like, wait a minute, how y'all acting like you don't know about this?
Well, I agree with that. But the other thing I was going to say is, and I know you got heartburn with JP, but what I'm saying is,
you think
he's right. He's right about the way New Orleans spends money. The city council approves a budget, and it is treated as a suggestion by the mayor, and it's been that way forever. So there, evidently, this new thing, amendments to the city charter, is going to come up that ties the hands of the mayor and the administration, as well as city council. What's listed in what's approved can't be changed, or the money can't be redirected without approval. I think that might solve a lot of problems. The bonus, why wasn't it put as a line item in the budget that all of a sudden surprised everybody if they had voted on it? They can calculate who's up for the bonus each year and how much. And I don't think that's a one-time thing. That bonus.
No, it actually goes up to like 20, 25 years. It actually goes up to 20, I think it's 20 years. Because I just read a couple of the lines where it said 5,000 your first couple of years, 10,000 the next, another 5,000. Wait a minute, I think it's 5,000, 5,000, then 10,000, and then it goes up to like 20, 25,000. But my whole point is
a sunset clause on it, or is it just on forever?
It goes up to, but it's up to $25,000, I think.
No, that's not what I'm asking, Gerard. I'm asking, does it end in like 2040 or 2050, or is it forever?
Wait a minute, hold on. You know what? While you're talking about it, let me bring it up while you're talking about it. But go ahead.
But there should have been a line item in the budget. And the city, the mayor and the administration, they're the ones moving the money around, and they're the ones spending money. And why in the heck didn't they say, nope, this money can't be touched? It's within the general fund, it's in a special bank account.
Right. But it's supposed to be
it's management.
Earmarked. It's supposed to be earmarked for that, so they can't touch it. But that's why I'm saying if they're not supposed to be able to touch it, then where did the money go?
But the point is, evidently they can touch anything they want in that budget, and nobody's holding anybody accountable because they're not reporting on it. Like, were they going to report on the status? Anyway, that's all I was trying to point out. But I'm glad you caught. Yep, they voted for it.
They voted for it.
Local civil service approved it.
So this is what was put, and when I was reading, it was saying by the city council members, Geruso, Moreno, Morel, Green, and Thomas. And then it said, here are the years of service retention pay. 5 years, 5,000, 10 years, another 5,000, 15 years, another 5,000, and then 20 years, another 5,000. So evidently, if you get 5, 10, 15 years, you get from 5,000 to another 10,000, 10,000, 15,000, 15,000 to 20,000. Now, does it say, does it continuously? It says employees are eligible to receive each level of pay of retention, but it doesn't say in this article how long, or if I'm missing it, because I'm trying to talk and read at the same time here. Nobody told me that the job involved that much information for me to be able to read this and try to get it to you at the same time. But I mean, there's so much information here. I'm saying, but the key point that I was making is, how can you say you don't know this when it's addressed to you and you all addressed it to civil service? Nobody knew that it was going to be addressed to civil service that came from the city council? Because it's a motion. I'm just saying. Okay, I'll leave it alone. All right, Mr. Buddy, thank you, sir. Where'd the money go, y'all? Nobody knew. Retention pay is paid in full in a lump sum to be paid out at the end of the first complete pay period after the employee reaches the specific number of years of service, provided that no payment is made until 1 calendar year from the effective date of the amendment. So this is my assessment. Don't mean that this is how it goes, Mr. Buddy. So let me answer your question. With the years of service, I think this only goes up to 20 years. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years. And that's it. But do I think that it goes, if they go 30 years or 40 years? Probably something else that I'm missing. And I'll be the first one to say, if I missed it, I missed it. But I'll be more than happy to ask somebody too. I just got to the point where I'm like, wait a minute. I know that we're not sitting up here saying that we didn't know that this was happening. And that's why you can go online and pull it up yourself. You do not have to wait for me to tell you. It's available right now. And you can read the whole information through the civil service website. That's why I'm just going to go. I'm going to talk to Suzette about that anyway. We're going to do us a podcast. That has been your Mad Black Man presentation for today. Thank y'all so much for going on with the ride. And Michael, get you a real estate person so that you can buy you a house here if you want to comment. You don't live here. You don't. Tomorrow, because I have not forgotten this, and I hope that everybody understands that I have not. We will do our best to get as many people, since tomorrow's Thursday, to follow through with the January 9th meeting for the Leah Chase School. What's going to be the outcome? You know, they're supposed to vote tomorrow to either do something for it or shut it down. Tomorrow's the day. We'll have that conversation on tomorrow. And all you got to do is just follow. My thoughts are, because they don't want to have the responsibility of having a standalone school that requires something else. We have over $27 million that goes to the school system. You can't tell me you can't cut out a piece of that money to go to one school. Come on, y'all. Something wrong here. Something is wrong here. From what I understand, they don't want a standalone school anyway. But maybe at some point in time, Miss Avis Williams, who I know left the city, will start having some conversation about this standalone school. And did you get a chance to load in your phone the one app? If you have nothing else to do tonight, go to the Play Store and load in the one app. on your phone. Just load in the one app from the school so that you can start taking a look. It'll be interesting to see what you think about it. That's our discussion for tomorrow. Folks, that's going to wrap things up for me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you. We'll get back at it tomorrow here. Y'all have a great rest of the day and be good and be safe.